He is at it again, ladies and gentlemen! Mr. Frank, aka Asteroid Videos, has done what everyone wants to know. Who is the strongest Pokemon ever created? This man has done over 2 million battles. He simulated 2 million battles. I cannot wait to see what he has in store for us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's go!
Okay, do you guys want to see the coolest thing of all time? Watch this. This program by Smith Plays is able to simulate millions of trainer battles to determine who's the strongest.
Okay.
Wait,
so
if
that's
it can
how...
do trainer battles, surely it could. Yeah.
Okay, so first off, big props to the person who created the coding for all of this. First off, I want to make sure I give a big huzzah to that person, because if that wasn't it, Frank couldn't have done this, and then we couldn't have reacted to it. So, yeah. And I happened to pause on Pachirisu, Weasel, Floatzel. Okay, so he's legit going through every single Pokemon and its evolutions.
Okay, you know I'm running this simulation thing, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think wins?
Out of every single Pokemon?
Like, imagine, like, all of them, and then it's like, okay, Bulbasaur versus Ivysaur, and then Bulbasaur versus Venusaur, and then Bulbasaur versus Charmander.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I can tell you who's gonna have the worst time. Or should.
Okay.
Quilladin. That thing needs to be put in a grave. Deep.
Okay, Quilladin gets a lot of trash, but honestly, Quilladin's not that bad. It's just the model. The model's just awful. They could have done so much better. The one mon that needs to be put in the trash is Pelipper. I'm going to get roasted. I know I'm going to get roasted for that, and that's going to be a big dagger to a lot of people, but guess what? I hate Pelipper. Pelipper is a trash can. That's the whole point of a Pelipper.
Deep in the earth.
You kind of got to think, like, okay, what Pokemon could beat the most other Pokemon? I think Rayquaza's a good bet, though. That's what I was
think
thinking.
Mega Ray. I'll go with Mega Ray.
Ultra Necrozma's in there. Mega Mewtwo.
Okay, so he's bringing in Megas, he's bringing in Ultras, and the way he just phrased it right there was, who can beat the most Pokemon? So it's not like King of the Hill, where you're on top and if you lose, you're done. It's more of how many Pokemon can this specific Pokemon beat? Yeah.
2X and Y's in there. Mega Rayquaza's in there.
Eternamax Eternatus?
He might be in there.
Okay.
All right, everybody, the results are in. This is the official ranking of every single Pokemon from 1089 all the way to the top. Now, who do you think is the worst Pokemon in the game?
Worst Pokemon in the game, he's already putting Magikarp on the screen. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I do not think Magikarp is the worst mon. I don't even think Phoebus is. On an honest level, if I had to pick one, I'm probably going to think it's someone in the bug family that's either going to be Weedle or Caterpie or something like that. Because in all honesty, they don't learn a lot of moves. Or it's going to be something like Metapod or Kakuna or something that only gets hardened unless it's leveled up and evolved and still has like tackle. That's my thought process.
You're thinking Magikarp, you're thinking Caterpie, you're thinking Sunkern, you're thinking Weedle. I know you. I know you're
This man is reading my mind.
thinking. And trust me, I thought the same thing. The worst Pokemon on this list is a legendary. Oh my god, this is it, we have it. Wait, is Cosmog at the bottom? And the reason why it's so bad is because it only gets Splash and Teleport. And
I didn't think about that. That's all Cosmog gets. I've played Radical Red where you tried to catch Cosmog and guess what? It just teleports away. I didn't even think of... Wait. Hold up. Wait. I just thought of something. Yes, Cosmog at the bottom and everything. That's... Why did it still have victories then? Struggle? So is he accounting for struggle as well?
nothing else. Cosmom is here for the same reason. I mean, he gets cosmic power and he's way bulkier, which gave him a little bit of an advantage, but really the only way these Pokemon were winning is if the opponent knocked themselves out. Every single Pokemon was given their most popular competitive set on Smogon, but the difference is I went in and tweaked some of them, so they actually worked with a 1v1. Anyways, back to you, Frank.
Where it won in a 1v1. I'm trying to understand what he means by that. Wins in a 1v1. Are you talking like with the Regirock versus Regirock? But Fire Punch doesn't do anything. I don't know. I think I missed something. I'm going to be honest. I think I missed something already.
Thanks, Frank. On top of the movesets being competitively viable, we also decided to get rid of Dynamax and Z-moves and terrestrialization, because if those mechanics were included in this, then every Pokemon would just click a Z-move the entire time, and that's just not fun. So Megas are included because those are fun and cool and rad. The rest are not. So
yes.
Back. Thanks, Frank. Magikarp was able to win 92 battles out of 3,000.
Magikarp won 90. Okay, wait. No, I just thought about it. Yeah, I just thought about it because technically Magikarp gets Hydro Pump. So yeah, could definitely get some victories.
Which is still pretty bad, but it because of Bounce, he was actually able to do some damage against bug types like Kakuna, Caterpie, Weedle, Wimpod, Pheromosa, Mega Heracross. Bug types. It was insane. Magikarp outspeeds, bounces. Mega Heracross goes for Swords Dance. He gets greedy, so Magikarp lands the bounce. Para dodges the close combat with the Bright Powder. Insane. Hits him with another bounce. Magikarp wins. This happens twice. Now, when you simulate a...
I'm sorry? Okay. Magikarp beats Mega Heracross, which already mind-boggled me. But the way it had to win is what, because it's not even the Hydro Pump that I mentioned, because Hydro Pump is in, I think he gets it in Sword and Shield is when he gets Hydro Pump. He does get Bounce way earlier in
million battles, right? Anything that can happen will happen. Couple lucky Stone Edge misses, couple Seed Bombs. Kyogre decides to Calm Mind. He gets the Stun Spore off. Kyogre gets parried 4 turns in a row. Gives him the opportunity to Bug Bite a couple times. Weakens Kyogre down. Kyogre goes for the Water Spout. Guess what? He's tanking it now. And he just won. He just fucking won. Now, to be fair, I'm highlighting the insane ones. Most battles, Kyogre just clicks Water Spout and this guy dies.
Yeah.
But these insane matches were not uncommon. Riolu, 204 wins, 3,000 losses. The worst performing... Okay, I gotta explain. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense for Spectre to be ranked below Bounce Suite, but hear me out. Spectre is not here because of its amazing, special attack, amazing speed, amazing typing, amazing ability, amazing move pool, etc. Spectre is here.
Explain, Frank!
Stupid. The AI is stupid. Literally the entire... I couldn't believe it when I was looking at the results. He just spammed Curse the entire time.
So is this legit then? I guess the only way to really tell is when we get to the very end, when we see the top... I'm going to say the top 10 or anything like that, which I can't even fathom what it would be if Magikarp was over here beating Mega Heracross. I mean, again, the first ones that come into my mind are going to be Arceus, Mega Rayquaza, Eternatus, maybe even Arceus. How does he do Arceus? What plate is it going to hold? Or is it still normal? Because then its ability doesn't matter.
I like to
so
think that the AI
much
gave
going
every
on.
Pokemon a fair shake, right? I mean, the results are generally, I think, pretty good, but for some godforsaken reason, this Pokemon just got shafted.
Yeah.
And here's a list of every single starter Pokemon from worst to best. Overall, water types are going to be your best choice in terms of typing, with grass types being the worst. And
I just want to put this out right now. Yes, I know all the water type starter people who pick water types are in cheering right now. Yeah! I'm a fire lover. I am perfectly fine with at mid-level here at number 2 getting the silver. I'm okay with getting silver. But to prove my point, to absolutely prove my point, grass is the weakest starter pick ever. Frank just proved it. I will die on that hill. I will 100% die on the hill that grass starters are the weakest of all starters. This reaction video is probably going to get me so roasted, and you know what? I don't care.
I don't know what they were smoking with the Gen 8 starters, but they ranked on average the best of any generation
Generation
by a long
8,
shot.
really?
And the worst performing set of starters were Gen 6. For some reason, dude, they really underperformed. I don't know. It was my fault. Before we continue, I have to issue a formal apology to Greninja fans. I thought Battle Bond would work. I thought, sue me. You have to KO a Pokemon, it turns out, to transform, and
Yes.
in a 1v1 format, that just he just
That
didn't have an
doesn't work.
ability.
Okay.
The entire when he could have had Protean. And Cinderace is the strongest starter because of Libero. I mean, really, being able to change your type.
Okay, so then that puts it into full perspective right there. So not all of this is 100% accurate. I mean, it's not. You can't predict every little thing in Pokemon, from missing an ability. Like, I think if Greninja would have had Protean versus Cinderace, I think Greninja would have came out on top. If I'm not mistaken, Cinderace is faster than Greninja, but I think Greninja has the more well-rounded moveset to be able to take care of Cinderace than what Cinderace. Because I know Cinderace does get acrobatics, you have Pyro Ball, you have Court Change, you have all these things. As a Smogon competitive moveset, I think Greninja wins. I think Greninja
You're defensively malleable, you get stab on everything, you have insane coverage. Like, a lot of Pokemon got screwed over just because of the format, right? Like, being 1v1, yeah, like Whimsicott's a great example. It's mostly a support Pokemon,
Yeah.
so in a 1v1 scenario
100%.
where offense and speed is like really emphasized, it just didn't do well. We're about to crack top 1,000. Who's gonna crack it? I already know the answer. I'm just pretending. We got Delcatty. Now, the thing with Delcatty
Delcatty.
is
Okay,
it's just not good. It's like one of the only Pokemon that can't hit
1,080
anything
like-
for super effective damage at all. And the Eviolite, I don't know how to pronounce it. I've just been pretending this whole time, just like trying to like imagine.
Isn't it just Eviolite? That's how I've always heard it. Eviolite? Eviolite? Evolite? Now Frank's got me thinking.
A lot of the pre-evolutions have like obviously a Violite, so like that kind of changes things.
If what?
I'm sorry, no. Don't do that. Don't do this to me. Did he just say what I'm thinking? No, Frank, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Violite? A lot of these pre-evolved Pokemon
Oh my god. Okay. No, Frank. No, just no.
had an Eviolite or an Eviolite, which allowed them to tank hits that other Pokemon just couldn't. Out of the Gen 1
Yeah.
starters, which do you think is the best? The best line? We have Venusaur for Gen 1, Feraligatr for Gen 2, Swampert for Gen 3, Gen 4 you're looking at Infernape, Gen 5 you're looking at
Okay.
Emboar, yikes. Gen 6 you're
Emboar didn't get a lot of love, all things considered. He's just, honestly, he was like a fire type Snorlax, essentially. But he didn't get the moves to back him up. I mean, I know that's going to be a very, like, weird comparison. But he got Heat Crash, he got Hammer Arm, he wasn't fast, and I just did a Soul Link where I had an Emboar, and he did kind of nothing. The only good stat that he really has is in his HP, so it's like,
still looking at Greninja, even though he just didn't have an ability. The Primarina
and he still did good. Just putting that out there.
line in Gen 7, the Cinderace line in Gen 8, and then the Meowscarada line in Gen 9. Protean and Libero is so good.
Yes.
Oh no. Dang it. Okay, I just got a notification. It looks like Flabebe, Mega Pinsir, and Mega Metagross, unfortunately, are unable to attend. They said they got sick. That sucks. Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll have to call a rain check on them, but maybe for the next one they'll get in. And it's definitely not because I just forgot to add them.
I mean, on an honest level, Frank, you good, my dude. Honestly, even if he forgot 100 Pokemon, this is still to simulate as many battles as he has, which he's explaining phenomenally, by the way. It's so much to put in a small package, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I forgot something. So
A lot of solid-ish base form Pokemon coming up now. Helioptile. Happini's crazy. This thing, it beat Origin Palkia.
it's Big Mama! It's Happini! It's baby Big Mama!
3 out of 3 times. So Happini is already pretty bulky.
He beat Origin Palkia 3 out of 3 times? That's insane.
But you give
I
it the
love it.
Eviolite, and it actually becomes insanely specially bulky. It
I
was
love it.
tanking Draco Meteors. And then
Good
combining that with
gravy!
Toxic and Rest. Bergmite showed up. That's good. Glad he could make it. Oh, Ditto. Ooh, Ditto is interesting.
Ditto,
So,
Ditto. Ditto has Imposter, so he should be able to compete with any Mon out there, technically speaking.
Ditto sounds like an amazing Pokemon for this. It just takes every single 1v1 that he's in and turns it into a straight up mirror match. The thing is, though, he does not copy their HP stat, so his HP is still like whatever, like middle of the road. And then also he only has 5 PP per move. Now he did have the Choice Scarf, which allowed him to outspeed pretty much every Pokemon that he mirrored, which was really good. So he was able to win against a lot of like really strong Pokemon that could OHKO themselves.
Yeah.
Frank, I hear you asking, what is the best and worst type in the game? Dragon. But also, like, keep in mind, like, these rankings aren't just
Best and worst typing in the game is Dragon? It doesn't have the most weaknesses, though. I would assume, as you see on the screen, Ice.
based on like the type as a whole. It's also based on like how many good Pokemon are in that type, right? That's how I'm averaging it. So yeah, so obviously Dragon has like mostly legendaries, where Bug is the worst type in the game.
Oh, I had it completely flipped. Dragon is the best typing in the game. Now it makes more sense. Grass is right there. I told you guys. I'm telling everybody. Grass is one of the worst typings in the game.
Having a lot of Pokemon that just generally aren't great, regardless of their typing. Mega Absol, right under Leafeon. Yeah, Mega Absol ranked way lower than I thought it would, and is actually the worst ranked Mega in the game. The computer wasn't great at playing around Sucker Punch. Like, it just kind of saw, ooh, you know, good dark type stab, and clicked it. But like the AI's intelligence was consistent across the board, but there's just certain moves and certain abilities and certain situations that...
Okay, I get that. I get the AI has to go about all this, but Onix over Mega Absol? No. No. If you look at the stats of Onix, its attack stat is doo-doo butter. I feel really bad because I know Frank, one of Frank's favorite Mons is Mega Absol and Mega Sableye. So I'm very upset that I feel bad for Frank on that one.
It just fumbled the bag. And if your Pokemon, you know, ended up in that situation more often than others, then it was immediately at a disadvantage. Garfy! There he is!
That's not the original
also,
Garfy. Garfy's got speed
super
boost.
Exciting to see him, but rank 748? Rank 748. Best legendary in the game, rank 740.
Okay, Frank, no. He is not the best legendary in the game. Now, if he has speed boost, you have a conversation.
What happened? Well, I mean, listen, I'm already working on it. There's an investigation happening within the league. I feel like there might have been some maybe tamperance, right, with the results. I can't say much now. I mean, my lawyers are off cam telling me to, you know, I'll post a comment if things change. But yeah, for right now, we're gonna have the professionals handle it. We're gonna do that investigation, and we're gonna figure out what the is going on here. So, Pikachu 718 kind of fell off, even with the light ball. Yikes! Because of things like Intimidate and Burn, I think physical attackers across the board are just generally weaker. I don't know if that's like a crazy thing to say. I don't have any. I didn't do the math to like get the data for that.
Sounds pretty accurate.
That's what my gut is telling me. Like, a lot of the top Pokemon are special attackers.
Well, is that going to mean that any physical attackers are going to be fire types that are up at the top, such as Cinderace, or even, what's another really, really good physical attacker fire type? Mega Charizard. It's another starter, though. Mega Charizard, you got Blaziken. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious on that one.
Oh my god, Tangrowth. Tangrowth and Zygarde are responsible for the longest battle in the entire simulation. I don't know what it is about, well, I do know what it is with this pair-up. It's the combination of Giga Drain and Rest and Leftovers, and the fact that Tangrowth just soaks up 1,000 arrows, and the fact that when Zygarde gets below 50% HP, he transforms into the complete form, which then gives him just an absurd HP stat. And then combining that with the fact that Tangrowth has sleep powder, and it is so.
It's such a back and forth.
126 turns.
Woo!
126.
And that's a 1v1, ladies and gentlemen.
What are the best and worst Pokemon of each type? I'm dying to know. Arceus
I'm down.
is the best normal type, with
Oh,
Tito being
100%.
the worst. Reshiram is the best fire type, with Pansear being the
Reshiram as the best fire type. Over Victini. Well, I guess technically Victini isn't like super up there. Heatran. No, I guess because it has the dragon typing too, kind of helps.
The best
out.
flying type is Mega Rayquaza, and the worst being Pidove. Damn, 2 for 2.
Kartana was the best grass type in the game, with
Sunkern being the worst. Koraidon is the best fighting type, with Riolu being there. Palkia is the
That
best water
sucks.
type, with Magikarp, of course, being the worst. Miraidon is the best electric type. Toxel is the worst. We got Genesect topping the bug charts, with Caterpie.
Of course.
There.
Yeah.
Heatran, yeah. We're getting to like the top of great Pokemon and like bottom of like legendaries, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And Hitmonchan.
Wow.
Regigigas actually did, I mean, surprisingly well. Ranked 271, top 300. I mean, he was able to outdamage like Lugia, right? With like knockoff and... Dude, Reboot, hold up. And there's Incineroar. This is what Protean and Libero does to a Pokemon.
That's
Mega
insane.
Garchomp is actually one of the...
Here's some of the
honestly,
megas.
a couple megas that ranked below their normal form. I think just because like some of these Pokemon just do better with an item. Like Garchomp would rather have Choice Scarf than, you know, become a slower,
Yeah.
slightly tankier version of itself. Mega Gyarados actually made it surprisingly high with Intimidate plus, you know, insane coverage and Dragon Dance. Like, yeah. And then, whoa.
And yeah, there you go. I'm kind of surprised that the physical Mewtwo is over the special Mewtwo. That's kind of surprising. But yeah, of course, the best Mega in the game by far, without even any hesitation, is Mega Rayquaza. There's not going to be another Mega that's going to top it or even get close. Hence the reason I said another Mega. But we haven't gotten Legend ZA yet, so it's definitely a possibility that we get something even stronger than that. And if we do, and we get some Mega Geomancy Xerneas that all of a sudden wreaks havoc, or a other version of a Mega Zygarde, I'm going to lose my mind, because that's just another powerful green dragon that we have to worry about.
By a landslide. It's actually insane. Just barely cracking the top 200. Who could it be? Ultra Necrozma. What a shockingly low performance. I mean, really. A lot of people would put real tangible money on this guy taking the entire thing. And I was one of those people. I was like, he's breaking at least top 10, for sure. But bro lost to Kricketune. Decisively. He lost
What?
to Kricketune. To put this ranking into perspective, he doesn't even break top 20 in his own generation. And on top of that, every other Necrozma, even base Necrozma, outranked him. And I think it's a simple
insane.
case of the AI just not knowing how to handle setup Pokemon. Like against Kricketune, he Dragon Dances turn 1. Kricketune gets a free Bug Bite, does a lot of damage. He goes for Stone Edge. Uh-oh, Kricketune is sashed. One more Bug Bite and and it's lights out. You know? Like, Murkrow was able to beat him because he would D-Dance, and then Foul Play just pretty much one-shot him. Yamask was able to beat him, got a Will-O-Wisp off, and the AI just played him so dirty. Coming up here on your left, you're going to see Terrakion, who is the strongest Swords of Justice, which, I mean, yeah. Entei is the strongest legendary dog. I mean, yeah, Sacred Fire. Monkey Dory
Sacred
is
Fire.
the strongest evil doer. I don't know what the actual name of them are. The evil...
That just makes me think of SpongeBob. Every villain is lemons.
guys.
Yeah, Pheromosa! Top 150, let's go! This is huge! Magnetism!
The worst ghost type is Dreepy, with the best being Fluttermane. Worst dark type is Zorua, best being Yveltal. Worst fairy type is Azurill, best is Fluttermane. The worst dragon type is
Oh, wow.
Dreepy, and the best is... Oh, did that get bleeped out? Whoops. It's the strong. I just don't want to spoil the end of the. Anyways, we are getting to the top 100, folks.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
This is it. This is it. Dude, Zapdos actually got a win on Mega. Well, first of all, strongest legendary bird. Second of all, got a win on Mega Rayquaza, which is insane. Dodged a V-Create, landed a Hurricane, got a Confusion, hit itself, landed on her. It's insane.
It takes a lot
Mega
to beat him,
DNC
then.
is the first Pokemon to break the top 100. I mean, yeah, fast,
Wow.
great typing, Diamond Storm.
Yeah.
The best unevolved Pokemon and the only unevolved Pokemon to break the top 100 is Porygon 2.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, amazing typing.
Eviolite,
He's fat as
Porygon
hell. He's got a
2,
lot of really good
fat,
habits that brought him
recover,
here. So.
everything,
And then
yeah.
right above him is Mewtwo. Woo! Yeah, Mewtwo fell off hard.
I mean-
Honestly, I'm not like surprised, but power creep is real, folks. The strongest generation by a mile is Gen 9. With every single gen, Pokemon just get stronger and
I mean, technically, yeah, that makes sense because every single game, you're going to have some type of power creep. If I'm looking at this right, we have Gen 9 as the strongest, Gen 7, 8, 4, 6, 5. So 4 is still up there. So that just proves that Gen 4 Mons are as good as they are. That's probably why we don't see Gen 1 Mons as much anymore as we do all these newer Pokemon. But again, this is as a whole. This is like as an average. It's not even saying, certain Mons aren't good in certain generations.
stronger. Here's all the fossils if anybody cares. Shieldon is by far the weakest, with Dracovish being the strongest.
Yep.
I mean, he's just insane.
Yeah.
With Vicious Rend and Strong Jaw, and yeah. As we move our way into the top 30, things are getting crazy. If you're not a box art legendary, you might as well retire. We got Rayquaza rank 35, Primal Groudon rank 34, and then right above it, we got Regidrago with Dragon Maw, Dragon Energy, which is pretty much KOing anything that's not a fairy type.
Okay, that makes more sense,
Best
too.
Genie. We got the best Ruin Dude. We got Meloetta. How did Meloetta get here? Okay, say you're in a GameStop. It's 2007. You got to pick between Palkia and Dialga. Which are you going with? Who's the stronger one? It's Palkia. It's Palkia. So pick Pearl. If you want more advice,
Why do I feel like that's debatable? Because even back when I was a kid, I picked Palkia, which was the water dragon type. Has a lot of, not immunities, but a lot of resistances. Dialga, not so much. However, I think with the fairy type coming into play, I think Dialga is stronger nowadays. But I think they're pretty even, all things considered. It's not like you have Xerneas versus Yveltal, where Xerneas can just hit Moonblast or whatever it needs to and then buy Yveltal. It's pretty even, I think, in between Palkia and Dialga. That's my thought.
you go Lugia over Ho-Oh, Kyogre over Groudon.
That makes me so mad! I love Groudon, but I know Kyogre's better.
Go Reshiram instead of Zekrom, Xerneas over Yveltal, Lunala over Solgaleo, Zacian. What's the other guy? Breaking into the top 20, we have regular Diancie.
How did regular Diancie top over Mega Diancie? I didn't even think of that.
Who outranked Mega Diancie by 70 ranks. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's super bulky. Choice Specs hits harder than regular Diancie. I mean, it's
True.
slower, but it's a lot
True.
bulkier.
True,
Oh my
true.
god,
Okay.
I accidentally gave it Levitate. Looks like the mythical Pokemon are here just in time, too. I was getting Nancy. Meltan is by far the worst mythical Pokemon, but that's not the crazy part.
24.
The crazy part is when it evolves into Melmetal, it becomes the second best. And then,
And Diancie's just crossed out.
This story's about me, not him. Okay, you got it? All right, we're gonna move ahead. Sorry to slow you down.
of course, Arceus is number one. So yeah, if you were wondering how good Diancie would be with a ground immunity, congratulations. It's your lucky day. As we approach the top 15, I'm sure you're seeing a lot of similarities with the Pokemon. It's Pokemon that just hit hard, do damage, have coverage. And if you haven't
Yeah.
placed your bet yet on who you think is number one, place it. Just leave a comment. You're probably right. I mean, we've narrowed them down a lot, so you could probably get it. Slack.
I mean, it's hard to, like, not say Mega Rayquaza or Arceus. It's really, really hard not to say one of those two. And Regigigas has slow start, and we already saw that. Slacking we just saw is up there, but not perfect, so...
King ended up cracking the top 15, which is kind of crazy. I thought Trant would hold it back way more than it did. It turns out Choice Band Stab, 150 base power, Giga Impact. Most battles, it didn't even get to turn 2. So from Cosmog
Fair
to
enough.
Lunala, he had the highest jump in ranks by evolution. He literally went up how many ranks? 1,085 ranks just from
That's
evolving.
insane.
And just barely scraping the top 10, we have Arceus. Incredible stat.
No way! He's only top 10. He's not even top 5. I would have given my left arm to say that he was top 5, at least. At least.
That's incredible typing, incredible coverage. What do you want me to say? Insane special attack, insane speed, insane typing, only weak to Dragon and Fairy, insane
almost
move
there.
pool.
We're almost
I just
there!
found Draco Meteor with that special attack stat. Hello?
Yeah.
And uh-oh. Geomancy, Power Herb, Geomancy. +2 special attack, special defense, and speed for basically free. You know, it turns out
Yeah.
when you can hit
Wow, Fluttermane's up pretty darn high. That's kind of
almost
impressive.
everything for super effective damage at a 135 special attack stat, you just win. That's news to me. I had no idea. And we got regular Palkia showing up in the top 10 twice for mostly
Wow.
the same reason. I think the only reason why this Palkia ranked higher was just because it had access to Choice Scarf. If you don't outspeed or you're not lucky enough for Blue Flare to miss, you just lose. You just lose. Did somebody say lose? Sorry, these transitions aren't that great. But the 4th best Pokemon in the game is Mega Rayquaza.
No! He's in the... nah! Oh, that makes me so mad. That makes me so mad. We haven't seen Raichu. It better not be Raichu as number 1. We're in Mega territory. We're in Legend territory. There's no way. Just putting that out there.
Who would have thought? I mean, bro's busted. He can hold an item while he Mega Evolves for free, and the only requirement is a base 120 power stab Dragon Ascent move. Sure, yeah, Oko's 90% of the game. It's just
Yeah.
unfair. It's just actually an unfair. I mean, he created his own tier of Pokemon. Like, it's actually 3 generations later, he's still doing this.
Yeah.
Anyways, Koraidon is number 3. Dude, just hear this out. Choice Scarf, Sun Boosted, Oricum Pulse, Attack Boosted, Flare Blitz, 120 base power. What the fuck am I reading? So his abilities...
There's the physical fire type I was talking about. I called it. I called it a while back. A physical fire type would be one of up there in the top of it, which makes a lot of sense because you can't burn him, and if he's boosted by everything, then yeah, he's going to absolutely demolish everything in sight.
Sets up the Sun, gives Flare Blitz a Sun boost, gives an attack boost. Not even a +2 Xerneas could outspeed it, and Flare Blitz just kills. Miraidon
Wow.
is an absolute freak of nature Pokemon. It doesn't even make sense. Like, from a game design perspective,
How
why
so?
they let
How
this
so,
thing
Frank?
exist, it baffles me. 100 base power, Life Orb boosted, Electric Terrain boosted, Hadron Engine boosted. If it's super effective, it's boosted. 135 special attack, Stab, Electro Drift, turn 1. Turn 1. What are you? What are we
I'll
even
give you
doing?
that.
Pokemon
I mean,
was
when you
fair.
put it that way.
Like, it doesn't. It genuinely makes me mad. Like.
After all of this, who is going to be number 1? I can't think of its name. The toxic guy, the toxic mythic. I can't think of its name. I can't think of its name because I haven't even caught it in my game. I need to go do that.
What the fuck? Why does it need so many buffs? Why does it need that? It doesn't need that. And he's not even the strongest. Magikarp beat Caterpie. Dude, this is so interesting. Okay, hang on. Who's the strongest?
I'm scared to look. Oh, okay. So wait, now I just need to sort data. The objectively strongest Pokemon is... Holy sh**.
I mean, of course, right? It's the one Pokemon that's so busted you can't even catch it. It's just a boss battle, and that's kind of it. But, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Here's a video that YouTube says you'll like. If you, I mean, you could, whatever, man. It's your life, right? Anyways, have a good one.
I'm not gonna lie. I love the videos that Frank does. I love them. I love them to death. This was very anticlimactic. Not even gonna lie. I was more excited about the 5, 4, 3, and 2 over the very top Mon. I completely forgot about G-Max Eternatus being as strong as it is. I mean, there's a reason in Poke Rogue it is the hardest boss that you have to fight. It even gets, you have to battle it twice. Like, it makes sense, but it's so anticlimactic. Ugh! Thank you guys for all the love and support. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!